What's up, y'all? It's your girl Shay Renee, and yes, we are doing this review the night of. I know we haven't done this in a while, and y'all used to me doing it on Sunday in the afternoon, but your girl got a lot of work to do tomorrow, okay, in this house, and I got to talk to my people. So, y'all join on in here tonight, or we're gonna catch you on the replay game tomorrow. But can I tell you something? Martell real scared to speak in public, but you not scared to act okay, but let's get into it, shall we?
Can't ball in a life, man. Go on with it, go on with it. Do us. So we are coming with a force. Yes, blessings we are reaping with coursing on.
Now, y'all, Stormy ain't been one of my favorites, but I love seeing her check the fuck out of Marceau. She checked him fast, quick, fast, and in a hurry. And Tisha didn't know what hit her. She got them so fast that it made their head swim, child. It was right on. It was right on par. I loved every minute of it. Okay, and Marceau didn't even know what to say. He just felt like he got sideswiped because he's not used to anybody telling him about himself. Not even his wife. Everybody around him, Maurice, Martell, all these women around them always pacifying him. All the men, everybody pacifies them. But Stormy said, "Oh, not I," said the cat, "because I have real coins. And I don't need to be on this show, even though I'm pressed to be on here, by the way. Because we know you still pressed to be here, Stormy. Okay? Don't think we forgot. But you are disrespect ain't your thing, sis. And I see that. Because you wasn't about to let Marceau get one over on you, honey. And I loved every minute of it, okay? So Marceau tries to play games, talking about, did I put you in a bad mood? How can I do better next time? Trying to do that little patronizing BS mind game crap that he do with everybody else. And Stormy said, no, because it ain't gonna be no next time. You see, so what you not gonna do is ever do this again, because what you never gonna do is play with me. I said, yeah, Stormy, you better tell him, girl. You better tell him, okay? I like you for 5 minutes, and I'm done now. So moving on. Stormy says, all right, and don't be telling me about no $100, okay, the day of. You should have been talking about all that during the planning time. And Marceau was like, well, I just figured, he tried to be smart to me. I figured, you talking about this millions of dollars that you have, that wouldn't be nothing for you. It's just $100. And she's like, well, if it's just $100, then you donate it for me. How about that? Because you got it, right? You should have it. And he was like, no, actually, I want you to give up your money. Like, you need to pay. And she was like, you that hard up for cash? And he was basically like, yeah, we do need the money. Yep, we sure do. First of all, y'all definitely probably do need that money, because you done moved it. Listen, it's a lot of BSery going on over there. You guys are moving out of houses into apartments. So clearly that conversation let me know that y'all are not using this expo money to exponentially help nobody else. It's just to help you. That's what it's for. And I can't imagine that you made that much money from this where it's going to change your life. I don't know. Let's see. Y'all had 150 vendors in there, right? Which it ain't look like y'all had no 150 people in there. Let me just go on and say that. So if you had 150 people in there, and at $100 a pop for a table, that's $15,000. That's a big little chunk there, okay? That's a little chunk for you. I don't know how y'all fit all them vendors in there, but you like it, I love it. On to the next scam, I guess. Moving on. So after the conversation with Stormy ends, we see Mel and Marcus in the car. And they're going to the expo, okay, to support the event. She ain't going up in there to be doing no free speaking, okay, and doing none of that. She gonna come in there and support the vendors and trot it on up out of there, because she has a show to do or an event to do on her own the next morning in Boston, okay? So she ain't got time to be playing around with the peoples too late that day. So her brother Marcus is there, and he's like, okay, is Martell gonna be there? She was like, yeah. And he was like, so how we gonna act? You know, how we need to act accordingly with this mofo. She says, oh, I've pretty much perfected ignoring him. So yeah, you can do the same thing. I was like, what? Mel is not playing around with this man. She has nothing for him. Okay. But all she pays him in is dust. Okay. Crop dust. All right. So moving on, Tisha walks around, greets all the vendors. Marceau is in his confessional making jokes about Stormy not paying for the vendor fee. Like, really, Marceau? You are that butthurt over $100? Honestly, I think he's just mad because Stormy checked him and his wife actually watched it happen. I think Tisha got some enjoyment out of that, literally. Like, if I was her, actually, I would never be her because I would never marry a man that has more hips and boobs than me. But that's her preference. You go ahead, girl. Because it looked like both of y'all getting the BBLs, if you ask me. But that's just my opinion. Okay. But moving on. In the next scene, Martell comes in and he talks to these people there that are selling their mentoring services about talking to his brother. And I think the guy's name is Lorenzo. I'm like, you talking to people about mentoring your brother? They need to mentor your raggedy. Okay, you need some help because you coming in here with no table, mind you. Why you scared to promote your business? Because you didn't go to, at least I will say, I ain't watching Detroit, but I know that one of them has a wine or something. At least she talked about going to Napa Valley and actually knowing how the wine is made and the grapes and all that stuff. Martell ain't never talked about that. Because you doing the Tisha business, relabeling somebody's products. That's what you over there doing. It quiet as it's kept, people that say it out on the street that you relabeling Sutter Home wines. So you were not a part of the process of bringing this wine about, bringing it to fruition. So you probably can't speak fluently about your own products, and you don't know how to speak at all unless it is bantered and bullied and put in an ingredients with bullshit. Okay, that's all you know how to do. All right, moving on. Mel and Marcus walk in and she says that she's really proud of Tisha. She said this event looks really, really good. And she's happy that it seems like it's a lot of people there. But you know what? From what I was seeing, no shade. It looked like it was more vendors in there than people buying stuff. I'm just saying. Y'all should have put Mel up on. Y'all should have just asked Mel if y'all can put her up on the promo stuff. Because then that would have got the people up in there. You ain't even had to make it where she was going to, be speaking and all that. If you just put her picture up there and people thought that they could have a second to see her and take a picture or whatever, y'all would have had that thing packed with people paying for stuff and buying from the vendors. But y'all just so do everything in the brokety broke way. And it did, Stormy was pretty funny when she said that y'all decorated it like a junior prom. Child, I hollered, okay? Stormy, your 5 minutes is up. I done talked about you too long. Moving on. So Martell is talking to Maurice, and he asked Martell where is his wine and if he makes and why he don't have a table there. And Martell basically makes all these excuses saying, well, I've had like several tastings and stuff. And, I just wants to give the other peoples a chance, you see, because I done did my thing, and I just wants to let some boy boo and bye to you and your boy. You are dumb. Any business owner, any opportunity, and it's not to say that you do it because you don't care about other vendors. No, if your wine is it's the perfect sweet and this and that. Has he always been describing that old dry wine? First of all, you can't sell it in Huntsville. That's probably what it is. You haven't gotten the rights to be able to sell it openly to people, right? I don't know if he's even obtained the right manner in which he can ship the product out, because at first that was an issue. Then the shipping was so high that it cost just as much as the damn wine itself. Boy, you are just a fool, and it smell like a lie. It smell like you can't even get your products in there. It smell like you can't even set up a table, and it really reeks of nobody wants it anyway, and you don't believe in yourself. Because my thing is, I don't care how many people are selling juices and teas and sea moss gel. Guess who gonna have their table set up with their juices and sea moss gels and teas on it? Me, Shay Renee Health and Wellness, absolutely at your service. Okay. Homegirl over here could be selling her juice, but you can come over here and get a different flavor from me. It's room for everybody to make it and be successful. Yes, there was somebody else there with some wine, but you could have, y'all ain't got the same kind. Or maybe they got theirs from Sutter Home just like you. I don't know, but I'm just saying. Sound like a bowl of excuses, if you ask me. Okay? Martell, you don't know how to run a business. You definitely don't. And Maurice even points it out. He was like, yes, seems like Melody was the one that was the marketing guru in that couple. Basically saying Mel was the one that was working. You was just over here playing like you was working. And it shows. Moving on. Tiffany and Lewis finally are on camera, child, because we ain't seen, they've been MIA for quite some time now. I ain't think they was even gonna be on the show no damn more. But they show up and Marceau begins to start asking them about speaking. I'm like, y'all really love to do stuff at the last minute. Like, what is going on here? Does nobody want to public speak? Because y'all always lying. That's probably what it is. You don't want to get up on the stage and be caught up by other people. Because you can lie and do and BS around with the people around you because they, it's acceptable amongst your crew. But when you get up there and be lying to people that actually can see through your boat, you know what? You don't want to do it. You don't want to do it. So you want to get all these people up on the platform. So you ain't got to do nothing. You just wants to collect the money. Okay, child. And it looked like quiet as it's kept. This is old community center that they done had this in that they probably paid $300 for the space and then charging people all that daggone money for them tables so that they can pocket the cash. You ain't fooling us. Please believe it. I've done so many vending events and I know how to set them up, and my friend actually sets them up. This was a big money grab for Marceau and Tisha. You better bet that. Okay. So they're asking, and Tiffany is like, child, you just told me about this 2 days ago. And you see how low my stomach hanging. You better be glad I'm here. You best to be glad I'm here. Because this baby about fitting to come out. It's going to be a baby expo up in here in a minute. Okay. Because I'm liable to deliver any minute. Okay. Any minute. Okay. So don't piss me off. She ain't say all that, but that's what she should have said, child. But moving on. Mel sees Tisha's girl's hair care line there, and Martell is over there talking to somebody about natural birth control, talking about, child, I needed that years ago. You still need some. Because word on the curb, allegedly, you just had a baby in March with old dingleberry, bird brain, stupid ass, dumb ass, don't need to be talking ass, gator mouth ass, don't ever want to see her on live again ass. Coleslaw. Okay? I don't know why you keep on barking up that tree. And y'all see the video that I did earlier where they're trying to basically, you think you're slick, Carlos King own. We know what you're trying to do by putting that wedding ring on daggone Martell like we care. You're going to jail, okay? Allegedly. You out here doing dirty little stuff. You got homegirl snitching on you all to be damned with that blogger, thinking that was her best friend. She put it out there. She done told on you. That's the problem. You pillow talking with the wrong, okay? She is singing in the background, yeah. Telling all of it. Singing like a canary. Telling everybody's business, okay? You effed with the wrong one. And she's blowing up your spot every chance she gets. So if you did marry that dummy, you are dumber than I actually ever thought you were. Because it feels to me, okay, that if Martell married this chick, he's only doing it so that she can't testify against him and all of this BS. Because what's prompting such a rushed little marriage? You think that's going to save you? But it's not. I read somewhere in a chat, don't quote me, this is my opinion. I got it rolling across the bottom to protect me. Because even if they are married, the fact that she distributed this information and has talked to somebody about it, and all of this transpired before the alleged marital whatever, it don't matter. So you both will still get in trouble. Okay? So listen, For all we know, that could be the same daggone ring that he had on when he was married to Mel, and this is just a hoax to get us to talking about something else. But you're not tricking me. You're not tricking me. I'm gonna keep on bringing up the fact that you did that revenge pee and you put that out there. This ring is insignificant to me. You can wear a ring on every damn finger if you ask, for all I care. Okay? You think you're slick. You, mm-mm. You ain't fooling me. I don't care if you married Sheree, which I know you ain't do that. Okay? But I don't give a damn who you could have married Belinda. Who cares? You're going to jail. Okay, moving on. All right. Put a ring on every finger because we don't give. Okay. Moving on. So Maurice and Tisha are standing to the side talking about Kimmy coming after treatment, and he says, "Oh yeah, she's on the last leg of it. She's gonna be good. She can come in. She's gonna come in here. You know." First of all, I like how Maurice is like acting like he's going through the treatment. He's inside of Kimmy's body, and he knows how Kimmy feels. I would hate to wish such a disease on somebody, but if Maurice could just experience what this woman is going through, he would probably have a better understanding. I would think watching your wife struggling and suffering in pain with a life-threatening condition such as this, you would stop being an idiot. But all he cares about, oh yeah, she'll be here. Yeah, she's going to have a lot of energy. Yeah, she's getting out of treatment, coming right on in here to support. Booing bye to you, Maurice. I can't, because I seen your little preview where you talking about something that's all from for the next part of the season where he telling Kimmy, oh, it's all mental. I know you can lie. It's all mental that she don't want to F, and she was like, it's the medication. Like, what? And you sitting here telling Tisha that it's oh, she'll be fine. Yeah, she's there. And she used to be very tired, but now it's just like, she's great. Nothing's going on. Nothing to see here. She'll be here. Like, wow. And even Tisha is in on the BS. Like, oh yeah, well, okay, we'll be happy to have her here. And this is just so great that she's coming. Child, I can't with any of these people. Like, does anybody have a brain? I would be like, well, she don't really need to come. Like, and mind you, Kimmy's sessions are pre-set up. Why did y'all make this on right on the day that she has a session? Why didn't y'all make it another day so that she wouldn't be tired and drained for it? But child, whatever. Moving on. Marcus and Martell have a conversation, and he asks, how's he doing, and what can him and Mel do to be better, okay, and what does he think that they can do moving forward for them to communicate better. And Martell says, well, with us being separated for 3 years now, you would think that it would be a better situation. Like, I just think that Mel needs to like take some of her walls down and really just move on. First of all, you're the one that hasn't moved on, sir. You're the one taking her to court for y'all children because you're broke. Hence, you don't have, and let's talk about this wine again. You don't have the wine here. Why you ain't bring them children's books? You could have brought that. Why you ain't bring them old ragged ass calendars? You could have did that. Why you ain't bring the old ragged ass cookbook that you did? You could have did that. You could have brought anything and slapped it on the table for you to sell it. But you want to know why? You are a poor businessman. So you want to take her to court because she's the real brains behind this operation and the real business person in the relationship and the real person that actually knows how to sell her product and promote herself. So you like, I don't want to do any of it. I just want to come in here in my, slick suits and look like I'm doing something. And I just want her to continue to do all the work and me be able to take the credit for it behind the scenes. No. This man gets physically terrified to have to do anything on his own. It's really sad. Let me tell you something. I don't know what Martell is ever going to do if this show ends. I really don't. He's going to go through the worst type of level of depression. I don't know what he's going to do. Because outside of this check from OWN, what other money are you bringing in? Because coleslaw is not coleslawing. Hell, she ain't even upgraded to damn mashed potatoes or corn yet, child. Mm, unbelievable. It's just a sad situation. So then he says, to Marcus, he says, yeah, and with your support, hopefully we can move forward. You know, he was just missing like a Barack Obama with his little speech. Hopefully with your support, we can move forward and co-parent in a better way. Martell, don't put your hands up too high because you might get a hole in under the sleeve there. Okay? Your armpits is already sweating enough. We can see it through the tube. Boy, go sit down. Get out of here. We don't want to hear none of this BS from you. And even Marcus said, support from me. I know you lying because you ain't even want me around your children because of my sexuality. Okay? So what you're not about to do is be asking me for some support. He was like, yeah, okay, good luck with that. All right, yeah, peace out. I'm done with you. So moving on. After the conversation, hold on, y'all. Let me go back to my notes. I don't know how I got so far down. Give me a second. Here we go. Marceau asked Mel if she will speak because he sees Mel around about in the event. And he asked her if she will speak. And she's basically like, hell to the no, no. Okay, I ain't speaking no way. No, Mel says, I just came here to support, the vendors and, just show you guys some love. Yeah, but I'm definitely not speaking. No, definitely not going to do that. All right, definitely not going to do that. It's not what I would do for a Klondike bar. Not even. All right, so moving on. Martell's brother comes in and he tells him about the mentors so he can go over there and talk to them. And then Kimmy comes in right after him and just coming in from radiation. And she said that she's tired, but she's here and present. So she speaks to a young lady that is happy that Kimmy actually discussed her journey with cancer because it really helped her to go and get tested and be more aware of what's going on. Which, I'm glad that Kimmy can be a support like that to people because I think that a lot of times as, just human beings, we just don't really listen to our body as much. And having somebody on national TV kind of facing this stuff head on, it makes you just really more open-minded into paying attention to what could be going on with you and catch it early on before it gets bad. And I appreciate her for actually doing that because it did make me look into more information as far as that for better prevention for myself. So moving on, Montez Martell's brother speaks to Mel, and she's absolutely excited to see him. She gets emotional even while they're talking, and Montez says, don't get the crying now. I know how my brother is, but hopefully y'all can get it together for the kids. And I could tell that Mel has some real love for the brother. The brother probably sees through his dumbass brother and how he really fumbled the bag with Mel. And he probably really does like Mel. Mel was like, yeah, this is my brother. She called him still her brother. She was like, yep, this is my brother. And she was like, I'm so happy to see you. And you could tell the hurt and pain in Mel's face. She must have really seen this man go through some stuff. And she talked about how she's even sat down and had conversations with him on how to help him to do better in his life and, just try to be of a support to him and mentor him because he's gone through a lot in his life. And clearly, Martell is using him as a storyline on the show. But unfortunately, there was some information that came out that he back up in the booty house. So, Lord, I hope he can get out and do better. I hope it's not something that has him in there forever. The system is set up when you have a record of sorts. It's like it makes it hard for you to do anything different, and it's just really sad. And I just pray that he does better with himself and has better examples than his dumbass brother. But moving on. It was just nice to see Mel having a moment with him. And she's, still having a relationship with somebody in Martell's family. Positive anyway. Moving on, Stormy gets a call where there are 126 orders that are missing from an order, and they find that those orders are also mislabeled. Okay, so she's freaking out, and she has to pretty much rely on her staff and her team to fix this. So she's talking to somebody on the phone, and then Tiffany comes over and she relays what's going on with her business to Tiffany. She's like, I'm so overwhelmed. She's like, I have all this stuff going on with my business where some orders was labeled. It's just me, my mother-in-law, and one of my employees here doing this event. And Marceau comes over here asking me for $100 at the last minute. And I have bigger fish to fry. I could have been doing something else, like something that's really making me a whole lot of money and rectifying some real things in my business. And you coming over here with some BS over $100. And Tiffany was like, girl, I understand. This whole thing just seems like it's very disorganized, because he even asked me about speaking. And I'm like, hold on, pause for the cause. You just told me about this 2 days ago, and my uterus is actually dropping as we speak. And you think I'm about to get up here and be speaking, child? My baby head is really like hanging out of me right now. I know you lying. Okay. But Tiffany, child, you've been working till the day is long. So, I mean, what you think people was going to expect? But moving on, I think somebody said she's talking to Courtney. Oh, okay. So she was talking to Courtney on the phone. Shan says, child, how do you not order at least an extra 100 labels of your output is that large? Child, they lying. Right. I don't know what the heck she talking about, child, because this is a fool. B List says that part. And she said in the conversation that they ordered a whole lot of product. But I'm like, did you really? Because you still missing stuff. But moving on. Maurice asked Martell if Sheree was coming. And Martell says, well, she's in California and she not answering her phone. Yeah, she's in California at her real boyfriend's house. Okay. That's probably exactly what she's doing. Cause y'all little charade that y'all playing games and stuff. Yeah, we see what y'all doing. I guess Sheree says, listen, I done been on your show and did my part. Now let me go hang out with my real man that I'm avoiding treatment for these what she got what does she have? Child, I'm losing my daggone mind. It's so late at night. Anyway, the stuff that she's avoiding, trying to get so she can keep on having the sexual intercourse. Okay, she don't want to have surgery on those things so that she can go ahead and keep it pushing and do it naturally. But I want to talk about this here. Do y'all see that man in the background? That's the man from Melody's music video. Here's another picture. Why he around so much? Can y'all tell me that? Why he around so much? Because I'm confused. Okay. Why is he around so much, guys? Is that Melody's boyfriend? I really think he is. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. I really think that this is the dude that Melody is canoodling with. Okay. And I just find it interesting. He comes to all of her events. He was at the launch of 7th Avenue. He was, he's just been there for a lot of different things. It's just interesting, just interesting. Yep. Y'all, fibroids, child, my brain is just, why am I not thinking correctly? Sheree and her fibroids, child, she don't wants to get the surgery to get the fibroids out because she wants to keep on bumping uglies and slapping shoes and humping pumps in the bumps. And she don't wants the surgery to keep her out of commission with her boyfriend that's obviously in California. So moving on. But y'all, just look out for that man. Because I think that's her boyfriend. I'm just saying. I don't know. I'm just speculating. Moving on, the group goes on stage and everybody is arguing and carrying on, talking about who gonna speak. And they don't even know that people can see their little dumb behinds through the projector screen. Everybody can hear them up there arguing, and even Tiffany and Lewis are like, do they know that everybody can see them up there having basically an altercation behind the scenes? This is just very unprofessional and ghetto. So Martell, they're all talking about who's going to speak. Martell looks out and he's like, well, Mel, why isn't she speaking? Why is she not up here? I'm like, oh my God, this man is very terrified to speak in public. So you gonna hide behind Mel? Mel clearly did not come here to participate in any kind of way, but to buy stuff from the vendors. Okay. Why all of a sudden is it her obligation to come up here and speak? Ain't nobody talked about Mel speaking. She already done made it very clear that she's not going to speak. But that's your first defense is, but I didn't know. Well, why isn't Mel up here? Why didn't Mel come? Why can't she come up here and speak? You so used to her speaking for you in the past that you can't get over that that's no longer a privilege of yours. She doesn't have to speak for you anymore, sir. She don't even want to speak for herself in this event. You that scared to talk in public? But you want to be seen by everybody. That's why you wear these tight ass suits all the time, thinking you cute, and you're not. Because you look like Mighty Mouse in a suit to me. But he gets all bent out of shape, child. Talking about, no, because I'm gonna go ahead and head on out. Because yeah, I don't gotta be up here speaking and whatnot. So they realize that people can hear them and get themselves together. So everybody goes up on stage, the core six minus Mel, of course, and Stormy, plus Stormy. So they end up calling Martell's name because he wanted to walk off the damn stage, but you could see his heart beating through the damn suit. He ends up going over there and sitting on the couch with Stormy. So everybody there are people in the crowd asking questions about their businesses and whatnot. Marceau is stuttering through the questions because he don't know what the hell he talking about. He always think he know what to say, but ain't saying nothing, talking a whole bunch of nothing. Him and his brother Maurice, because Carson got a scene. I'm surprised they didn't put Carson Blue up on the screen, but that's 2 sightings of her. I bet old Coleslaw was spinning in her urn. Okay, she was at home seething that Carson got on the TV. Yep, she's on the Tizoob for 2 episodes. Okay, and think I didn't notice her. I should have took a picture. She was over there did y'all notice her, that blue suit she had on? She was standing at the Canvas Beauty display. It was the back of her though. But then they have her on camera asking Maurice about credit, being a business owner and having bad credit, and how do you overcome that? So Maurice ain't even really answered the damn question. He was like, yeah, I had a 406 credit score and I just had to persevere and overcome. That's pretty much what he said. You ain't really tell her how to do anything. Maybe he was playing coy because he wanted her to come and obtain his services, but you said a whole boatload of nothing. I thought this whole expo was for you to actually teach people something. But moving on. So Marceau, after the event is over, Marceau says to Tisha in the confessional, I think we need to do a multi-city tour of this. Yeah, you want to go multiple cities stealing people's money? Is that what you want to do? Because y'all ain't provide nothing but a vendor space, if you ask me. Now, maybe it was great because y'all are on TV and it's probably supposed to bring more people there to buy products, okay? Because people are hoping to see y'all. But it didn't seem like it was a lot of people in there actually buying anything. But I would love to hear from one of the vendors to see if, people, if they actually sold out or if it was effective for them. And y'all notice on that the screen that they was arguing behind, Madani Beauty was up there. So that means Destiny was at this event and they didn't give her no shine whatsoever. They made sure they didn't even get her in a corner shot, honey. Not even her elbow was in a shot. Okay. They were like, you will get no more, nothing else from this show. Moving on. So the next day, Stormy and Courtney are at home and they're having a conversation in bed. And Courtney is talking about how he's really tired from having to drive 15 hours up to New York delivering those products. And they talked about how it was really difficult, but they got it done to get those orders out and get everything fixed the way that they should. So then they begin to talk about having another baby. And Courtney comes out and tells Stormy, he's like, listen, I haven't really been all the way up front with why I don't want to have another baby. And I figured it out too, because he kept on talking about how he was just really like it really hurt him to see Stormy in so much pain. And Stormy just couldn't get that. And I think in this conversation, Stormy finally realized, because he actually fluently explained why seeing her like that really hurt him. He said it was like boatloads of blood coming out of her, and it was just very traumatic for him. And basically, he don't want to lose his wife. He didn't know whether she was going to make it after that, pretty much. And he doesn't want her to go through that again, trying to have another baby. And he really only wants her to have their children. However, he will think about surrogacy. So I'm not saying no. I'm not saying wholeheartedly yes, but I'm saying we can look into it, because I think Courtney, that man loves Stormy. We cannot take that away. That man loves his wife. He wants her to be around. He loves her. And he loves her so much that he only wants his children to come out of her, even though it is your sperm and her egg. So it is y'all child, just somebody else is carrying it. But I guess he just wants everything to come out of her because he adores her so much. But I totally understand him. And that is just a scary thing, especially with Black women giving birth. They don't seem to pay attention to our pain. And they're even taught, allegedly, when doctors going through school, they are taught that our threshold of pain is much higher than that of a WP. So I just think that that's very messed up. I really do. And, thank God she made it through that. But I'm sure that was so traumatic for him that he don't want to see her going through that again. And they agreed that she's not going to be having any more children. And if they do have any more, it's going to be from surrogacy. So moving on. In the next scene, the ladies meet up at this Mexican restaurant. Tiffany brings everybody together because she wants to talk about the expo and give Tisha some pointers and some constructive criticism on what happened and how she really felt left out in the whole putting together of the whole thing. So Kimmy is there, Tiffany, Tisha, and Stormy. So Tiffany wants to get to the bottom of, listen, why wasn't I invited from the beginning? Y'all asked me 2 days before, and then Kimmy jumps in capping tomorrow. And that's not true. We did think of you all. Maybe it was just an oversight. No, baby, it wasn't an oversight. You didn't invite her, honey. Because if y'all, let's say y'all talked about it at the comeback group meeting, y'all didn't physically call her and say, hey, here's what we're doing weeks ahead of time. Y'all called her 2 days before because y'all was scrambling and trying to pack out that room and get that other $100 from them. So Tisha says, well, you know what? I'm so sorry that you feel like that. I don't even know what you do. But did you ask, though? You didn't ask. You ain't asked her what she does for her business. And obviously, she's traveling a lot. She's doing a lot of speaking engagements. And y'all trusted her enough to be asking her to speak at the event. So she do something that is like highly bringing in some funds. Because why would you ask her to speak at your event if you didn't know what she did? She was like, I just thought that Lewis had the business. Girl, Tisha, shut up. What do you do besides sit at coffee shops and talk shit and look at your computer? Girl, shut up. Shut up. Because all you do is spend your money laying on tables and getting the fat sucked out of you and put somewhere else and getting bags and buying stuff. That's why y'all ain't got no money now, because you buying materialistic stuff and getting your body done every 5 minutes, and Marceau buying cars. Where all these cars that y'all had? Mm-hmm. I'm sure you can't park all them cars at the apartment complex. Child, moving on. So Kimmy over there capping, Tisha over there lying, and Stormy breaks in and says, oh, you don't know what Tiffany does? Tiffany, didn't you just raise like $3.5 million for a business? She was like, yeah, I actually did. And looks over at Tisha like, yeah, you trying to raise money at this expo. I could have really been influential and helped you. But you want to try to downplay what I do and act like you don't know what I do. Keep on acting oblivious. Because now that you know, if you know, you know, I'm actually good at what I do. And that's what I would have said if I was Tiffany. Tisha really thinks that she's that girl, and she's really not. She's really not. But then they go into, Tisha begins to have a conversation with Stormy about, she says to her that she didn't like the way that Marceau spoke to her. And she had a conversation with him about that. But she also didn't really, she was like, I can't tell you how to respond, but I didn't really like the way that you responded to Marceau. I think that it was very unprofessional, the way that you spoke to him, especially with us being in a business environment. The way that you reacted, I just think was uncalled for. And so Stormy begins to say, I know you. Bitch, you don't tell me how to respond when you over here disrespecting me. You can't tell me how to respond to disrespect. He coming over here asking me at the last minute for $100. What did you think I was supposed? How was I supposed to respond? She was like, nah, y'all ain't about to disrespect me like that, and you ain't gonna come for me ever again. Basically, Stormy, I do think that Stormy went a little too far, and Tisha was just trying to tell her, listen, that's a business environment. You shouldn't have, we shouldn't have reacted. You shouldn't have reacted like that. Yes, Marceau was wrong, but that's not the way to handle that. But I think that Tisha is so used to dealing with Marceau's disrespect that anybody giving him any sort of pushback in a very elevated way, she's confused about. She don't know what it looked like to actually have a backbone and an opinion. I think that she really should have taken some notes from Stormy. Now, Stormy, I'm going to have to get into yours a little bit because you was showing off at this meeting. Now, I get it. I love the way that you checked Marceau. And I didn't really see it where it was like such a huge debacle. Like this was during setup. It wasn't like she trashed him or went at him when there were people there buying products. This was while everybody was setting up. So it was what it was. You come over to me unprofessional, I'm going to give you a response unprofessional. That's the thing. When you let's say you slap me, you can't get mad if I steal the shit out of you back. I'm not going to slap you back. I'm going to get you back worse than you thought you could ever get me. So you will never think to play with me again. And that's how Stormy felt about the whole situation. Thank y'all, everybody that's in here. We got 200 people in the chat tonight. Unbelievable for it being so late tonight. I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. Please like the video, y'all. Please, and if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button because we make it do what it do over here, baby. Okay? So moving on. Stormy begins to just get buck wild. She's like, go ahead, get active talking to Tisha. And Tisha was like, well, it's just like I feel like as friends, we should be able to express ourselves to each other and say how we feel. And then Stormy was like, we ain't there yet. Stormy, now I know you are lying. You be over here TikToking it up with them. Okay, you hanging out with them, you going in basements to parties with Martell and Karen or girl, don't play. You want to pick and choose when you want to say somebody is your friend. Now, apparently you and Mel weren't tough type, but you was mad at her because she ain't called you enough. You giving the you can't call nobody all the time. But obviously you have two bigger fish to fry than to be talking to any of these people. You're doing team too much, Stormy. I don't like that. I don't like it. Go get you a sound bowl. Go to the Reiki specialist and get your energy together because your energy is effed up. It really is. And you sitting here going back and forth with Tisha. It's like it looks like a fake beef to me. It's like you're trying to start something with her. You are trying to activate Tisha, and Tisha is looking at you like, gosh, you are immature. And looking at her like, damn, you a multimillionaire acting like this? This is absolutely unbelievable. And you know what? Even though Marceau was dead fucking wrong for what he did, I agree with Tisha. This behavior that Stormy was displaying at this table was very unprofessional and very immature. She could have handled that so much better. I get it that she was pissed off at what Marceau did, but at the end of the day, why are you doing all of this? You got better things to do, and you have so much more to lose to be sitting up here going back and forth and arguing with somebody, trying to get them all activated. And then Tisha was like, that's just like, I would never address your husband like that. Like, you would probably come at me and have something to say to me too. And Stormy was like, yeah, because you know better. I'm like, okay, girl. Stormy is obviously angry, and she clearly gets it from Go-Kart Betty, her mama. Okay, this is just Stormy needs therapy, and it ain't a Reiki specialist. Like, you need to sit on a couch. That's what you need to do. Use some of that money that you got. You know, you was wanted to throw $100 out like it wasn't nothing. Go ahead and add another 50 to that. Actually, you know, make it like $300 and go sit yourself down on somebody's couch. I'm sure it's $150 an hour. Get you 2 hours in, you know, each session, and go talk to somebody. Lay it out. on the altar, because this is giving too much. It's giving, I want to argue. I can't do what I need to do with my mother, so I'm going to take my aggression out on everybody else. It's extremely sad. Extremely sad. You don't know how to have difficult conversations. And that's business 101. But y'all, that was the episode. But y'all see what's happening for the next season. Let me go back to some of these comments. And get into some of the things that y'all saying. For the next season, I can't wait to see Courtney go and have a conversation with Marceau, because Marceau is getting checked upon checked upon checked. I didn't like how, I might do a video on the mid-season trailer. I don't like how Marceau was trying to make fun of Courtney because they're selling hair care products. Have you heard of Dudley Hair Care? That was started by a man. Vidal Sassoon was a man. Absolutely. These are men that have started. Paul Mitchell. Amazing hair care products. And they're multi-millionaires. You over here begging people for vendor fees for tables. Brokey. Maybe you should sell some hair. Maybe you should learn how to grow some hair and get some hair, sell some hair care products. I know you fucking lying over here trying to make fun of somebody because they getting money. These don't talk to me. Don't talk to me. And bow down to me when you're talking, because you don't even have enough money to be for me to be sitting at this bar and talking to you. How about that? You ain't got enough, like Stormy said. Child, Marceau really tried it. You trying to make fun of somebody because they sell hair care products? What's wrong with that? And you sell somebody else's liquor. I mean, somebody else's what's that chocolate in a bottle champagne, basically glorified champagne that they sell. It's a good product, but it ain't yours. Apparently it's some French company that distributes the product, and you're just basically a vendor selling the product through yourself. And I heard that they can't even put black on the bottles anymore. So child, y'all be trying it. Patricia T says, I understand Courtney too. The same thing happened to my cousin and her husband fainted. Oh my gosh. Yeah, giving birth is a serious thing. Like my husband, when I was giving birth to my son, I didn't want, they'll ask you if you want a mirror so you can see what's going on. I didn't want a mirror. I had my mom on one side and my mother-in-law on the other side holding my legs up. And then my husband, Brian, is there. And they're like, you want to see your baby coming out? So he goes down there and look, and he's like, oh my God. Like he's about to pass out. I said, come back up here, because I got to focus on pushing and you doing the most. Okay. I can't handle this and you. So Pacino Rule says Kimmy needs to stop that jumping in stuff. Yeah, girl, Kimmy, let Tisha, because she daggone sure ain't going to defend you. And you know, if she didn't jump in, Tisha would have been like, well, you don't ever defend me. Defend me. You need to have my back, Kimmy. I'm like, girl, unbelievable. Y'all are trash. And Kimmy don't really like her like that. So I don't even know why she was jumping in it anyway. Kimmy is full of it. Definitely. 100%. 41 and Fit says, Kimmy, stay capping for folks. Absolutely. I'm like, girl, what is your freaking problem? Like, none of these people on here assisting you with your dumbass husband rushing you into the bedroom and carrying on every chance he can. Nobody is defending you for that. It really burns me up that these people in this group never defend each other to each other. It's always let's just protect and neglect these stories. But we gonna talk about people behind their back and not support them. But when we all together, we just gonna fake the funk. It's weird to me. Kimmy Relly says, what's up, Relly? Kimmy says, shut up. Oh my God. Kimmy, shut up. Oh my God. Kimmy never got on my nerves so much in a conversation. Right. Like, girl, let them have the conversation. This ain't even got nothing to do with you. You wasn't even there. You was in the middle of getting treatment. And you over here sticking your tooth in the drama. Girl, go sit down. B Bliss says, full of it. True. Dia John says, Kimmy is ridiculous. Always trying to save the Scots, but can't save herself. Child. from that bull of a husband she got. Rose Armstead says, good night, Shay. Good night, Rose. I understand it is getting late, honey, and we ain't gonna be on here forever. I understand. Tammy Harris says she knows she makes enough money to be a sponsor. Right, exactly. So why is it, I just didn't understand that whole situation with Stormy and them. Like, y'all should have made the guidelines very cut and dry before all of this, not asking for all this last minute stuff. Patricia T says, I was with Stormy and Tiffany. Yes, I was too, because I just think that Marceau is very disrespectful and he gets away with it so much that he has no couth whatsoever. Lee says the main focus was getting Mel on board. There wasn't no thinking about Tiffany at all. Absolutely not, because they wanted Mel to get up there so that they can get all, that was their bread and butter, to get the people there to purchase and to get the vendors wanting to set up tables. Let me tell you something, for vending events, you ain't got to do much to get people, because people always, vendors always want to come somewhere and have a space to set up their products, because they want to get themselves out there. Unlike Martell, most vendors want to have a space to sell their products, and especially coming and doing it for people on a TV show where this is going to get filmed, they're going to get the ultimate exposure. So of course they were going to have a packed out, sold out event. Christina Williams says they didn't ask Tiffany because Tisha doesn't like Tiffany. Let's call a thing a thing. Why she don't like, that's weird though. Why don't you like Tiffany? Is it because Tiffany calls you out on your BS and she's trying to bring out the stuff that's going on with you and your husband? But please believe that she's a mole from production. Okay. Tiffany is doing her job. So Tisha, you just get mad for what? Pacino Rule says, amazing that these people don't know each other at all, really. Yeah, they don't know nothing about each other. Like, oh, it's not that they don't know nothing about each other. Let me take that back. They're shady. They don't want to promote each other. Y'all did all of that wanting Mel to come to this event, but Tisha, you didn't even want to say Mel's business names when y'all was at that comeback group meeting, disguised as the Black Expo meeting. You named everybody's business in the room except for Mel's, but you want her to come and be Captain Save-A-Ho for your event for the day, help you put it all together and speak and get the people there, but you couldn't even talk about her business? Yeah, no. Miss me with the BS. 41 and Fit says, good point at Christina. Relly says Tisha has poor tone when she says certain things. That's why the combo went left. She was right, but wrong tone. And that made Stormy go left, which she wanted to do anyway. Yeah, Stormy is just an angry little bird. She's an angry, angry little woman, and she needs to deal with it. And that don't even got nothing to do with her being a Leo. She does too much. And Stormy she really does. She needs some therapy. She needs to learn how to deal with her emotions a lot better than she does. Dean S says, and Tisha buying shoes that don't come in a box. She taking a note out of her mama's book, huh? 41 Fit says, Appuccino, great point. Do you really know what I do? Right. They should all know what each other does. Like, I don't get it. Patricia T says, Tisha looked like a blowfish in her confession. That's the thing. These women get these surgeries. I want y'all need to watch Kevin Hart's new special on Peacock. I just watched it today with my father. That's why my review was late for Sisters earlier, because my dad came over and was hanging out with me. So I had to give my daddy some time, y'all. But he talked about how these women are getting these BBLs and they look like ants. And the reason why is because these women are getting these BBLs and they're not working out. You are not fixing your eating habits and your lifestyle. Like, you're not doing the right things to maintain what you've done to your body. Like, you think the surgery is it, and then you going out and still eating Popeyes and eating bad foods and carrying on and not working out and not eating healthy. Yeah, you're gonna look crazy. And that's why Tisha has to keep doing it over and over again, because she's not doing the right things. Shan says, no, Stormy was ratchet at the expo. Tisha didn't, not the expo, Shan, I'm gonna get you. Tisha didn't tell her how to respond, but Stormy says she act like she act in all environments. Yeah, and what she act like was some bullshit. Okay, it was funny and entertaining to me, because I like the fact that she was checking Marceau, but yeah, it was absolutely unprofessional, 100%. And she should know better as a multimillionaire how to have some damn couth. Stormy put 20 on 10, but I understand. She definitely did. Definitely did. Now, I get her response with Marceau at the event. I think it did carry on a little longer than it needed to, but what she did to Tisha at that table was a lot. Tisha's confessional outfit was disturbing. Yeah, it was she looked like a stuffed chicken about to bust out of its container. That's what she looked like. It was a bad it was a bad roll of biscuits. That's what it was bad. It was bad. It's bad bodied. Okay. Now that's the bad body. Okay. That Miss Coleslaw was trying to say Mel had. That's it right there. You got to get on the treadmill. You got to go and jog. You got to pick up some weights, Tisha, not weight on your body, but weights, like hand weights, okay? And you got to get it in, honey. You got to work it on out, all right? You can't keep on laying on the table, child. Relly said, but here's the thing. Tisha said she didn't know Tiffany was an entrepreneur, but in the same breath said, I know you started a company with a partner. Bid, that's an entrepreneur. Right. Thank you for saying that, Relly. And you gonna make it onto the video. Y'all know I do a video of all of y'all comments now. That's gonna be a new segment. I'm gonna film that and put it out tomorrow. But yes, that is definitely gonna make the cut. That is so true. Why would you think? Why are you saying? That's how I know you. It's a bunch of lies. The lies that these people tell on this show. You know exactly what I do. You just trying to be shady and you didn't want me to be a part of it, like somebody said earlier, because you so busy trying to get Mel a part of this, you ain't think about your other resources. Shan says, friend, that analogy don't match. What I say? What I say that don't match, friend? Let me know. Lee says Stormy was doing way too much. I understand how she felt, but some of her responses were unnecessary in high school. Like, girl, you trying to get Tisha to fight you or something? Right. And Stormy ain't been smacked by the right person for her to be keep on jumping up and acting like she big. Girl, sit down for your ass get slapped and sued. That's exactly what you're gonna get. Stormy looks for beef. She absolutely does. Marceau tried to make a scene regarding the money. In my opinion, I agree with Stormy on this one. Yeah, it's to an extent. You know, Stormy definitely did do a lot. I just like the fact that she checked Marceau. Relly says that's all Stormy wanted was a reason to go off. Yeah, she's got some little. She's an angry little woman. She really is. She need to get it together because, girl, you can't be trying to be the Hulk on everybody. You can get your ass whooped like that, quick, fast, in a hurry. Stormy was doing way too much in both situations. I agree. Dean S says that's the same thing she did to Mel. Yeah, and Mel, like, girl, I ain't engaging with you. Okay, both of us got a lot to lose, and I ain't about to lose nothing. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and head on out, and leave you and your anger to yourself. Miss B Carter says since Tisha told him not to do it in the first place, then for Marceau to lie and say he didn't know, that was it for me. Yeah, it's like, don't y'all understand that people y'all are going to see each other on camera doing the bullshit? Like, are you really that dumb, Marceau? She was going to see that Tisha told her not to say nothing, and then you did it anyway. Like, unbelievable. B List says to Patricia T, if they did not mention the money prior to the event, they're lost, in my opinion. Absolutely. Pacino Rule says, I agree, Shay. I think it's fake for a number of reasons, for sure. Carlene Knight says, first time here. Appreciate you for not cussing. It's hard to get reviews without profanity. Thank you. Oh, my bad. Maybe if you watch the rest, I probably did start cursing. I be cussing a little bit. I'm so sorry. Not a whole lot because we can't anyway because the video won't get monetized. But I don't excessively curse in my real life. So, I mean, I just do it whenever it flows with what I'm saying. But yeah, thanks. Thank you for saying that. I'm trying to do my best. Shan says Tisha pulled a Mel and got up out of there. Yeah, because what I'm not about to be doing is going back and forth with you at all. Okay. Isis Blue says Stormy couldn't argue with Mel, so Tisha, the next best thing. Stormy got her scene. All eyes on me. Yeah, but you're getting notified. You're like getting known for stupidity. It looks like you just want to argue with people, and that's not really how this thing works. This is reality TV. Just be real. If that's really how you are, okay, cool, but it's lame. It really is. And it's given very forced. We can see that you're forcing a moment. And you don't have to do that. Like the moment with Courtney was very real. Okay. You could have had a better scene with Tisha and Tiffany and Kimmy about this whole expo situation. You didn't have to act like a petulant child trying to pick a fight with somebody because you're mad. Like, girl, get over yourself. You checked Marceau. Cool, you did that. Move on. Grow up. Stormy got her effed up attitude from her mama. Absolutely. Go-kart Betty is all up in her. Okay. Tammy Harris says Stormy had no money. Child, she got money. She just don't like the way that's a little chump change for her. She just didn't like the disrespect behind what Marceau did, and I don't blame her. Stormy trying to create beef, but she going a little too far. Absolutely, 100%. I agree, Shan. Vanessa Duke said that whole scene was giving me, Lord, let me my enemies fall out with each other. Child. Tammy Harris says, not Go Kart Betty. Yes, that is her new name over here. Okay. It was Betty Kruger. I thought that was funny. But I had to personalize it and make up my own stuff. Relly says Stormy has an argumentative spirit. Absolutely. She does too much. Now, Leos love to argue, child. They want to argue you down and go back and forth and be right and be the center of attention, all of that. But I just think that goes beyond her zodiac. I think Stormy has a lot of pent up aggression that she need to get out. Maybe she need to go to the compound and fight the bag a little bit because she doing too much. Pacino Rule says Betty and Wanda are suspiciously mute. Yeah, because maybe they realize that nobody wants to hear from them. Just maybe. 41 and Fit says she dug up in Tisha because she's low hanging fruit. Yeah, but Tisha, she don't want to play with Tisha too much because I feel like Tisha is suppressing the other side of the tracks that could come up out of her. Because when Kiki threw that water on her, ooh, I just knew it was gonna be World War II, III, because I heard that they always be arguing. They used to fight all the time. So, child, I don't know. What's up? Learn to respect us. Replay gang. Thank you so much for watching. Dean S says that's the reaction she wanted from Mel, but couldn't get it. Right, because Mel is not about to sit up here and go back and forth with you. Ain't going back and forth with you. She living her best life. Okay, she ain't got time. Shan says Courtney checked the mess out of Marceau, as he should. Okay, but also let me say this. I don't like women that try to get men in the middle of stuff. I didn't like how Stormy said, he was over there. I told him he was acting like a bitch. And I told him that she was gonna check him. And I'm like, okay, girl, don't put him out there like that. I mean, you can tell him, you know what, I'm gonna have Courtney have a conversation with you, but don't be trying to like scare people with your husband and putting your husband in uncomfortable, compromising situations. Because at the end of the day, you need your husband, you love your husband, and don't nobody want to see him behind bars over some stupid stuff. Okay. So ladies, let's stop doing that. Relly says, baby, Kiki slung out of that water into Tisha's face. Yes, absolutely. I thought she was taking an extra shower, child. That was so much water she threw on her. I was like, dang, Kiki ain't playing. Dia John says Tisha got from Stormy what she continuously gave to Mel. Exactly. And I loved it. Okay. I loved it to an extent. I think Stormy was doing too much. I do. But Tisha was right. Like Stormy was doing too much. But I mean, I guess it was just a scene. Stormy was trying to go back and forth, whatever. Bronner Brothers. Relly says she had enough. Pacino Rule says Johnson and Johnson. Yep. Bronner Brothers, Johnson and Johnson, men that have started a hair care business. You're absolutely right. Pacino Rule says his wife. Right, Miss B. Carter says Martell was peddling hair care products last season. Yeah, going in. Yes, you are right. Going into because I think that was supposed to be like a friend, allegedly, I don't quote me. There was a friend of him and Melody's that had a hair care line or something, and he was over there trying to push it because they invested in it together. That was one of the businesses that he decided to keep out, that Mel dissolved, I guess. And so he's decided to pick it up himself, thinking he was going to make money off of it and try to get the products in Madani. But I'm like, that's the worst place for you to try to put your products. Is wasn't nobody coming in there, and quiet as it's kept. They said the damn store was never open, and clearly because she wasn't paying the landlord, child. But whatever. 41 and Fit says his brother was a barber, pot meat kettle, child. Tammy Harris says that's Courtney's family recipe. Oh wow, for the hair care products. See, so Marceau over there hating and carrying on. He don't know what he talking about. Shan says, child, Kiki and her husband was about to tear the club up. Abso-freaking-lutely. Okay. Her husband has been very quiet throughout all of this stuff, but it ain't but too many more times you about to keep on disrespecting his wife, okay? Because he looked like he jumped all up in it. And Marceau still had that cigar in his hand, looking like he was going to do something, but knowing he ain't about to do Isis Blue says Stormy did get Marceau to admit his ass is broke. Yeah, and he probably gonna try to make it seem like he was, just joking around and playing. He was just trying to calm her down. That's why he said that. Whatever. Y'all broke. Y'all need to get it together. Y'all should just admit y'all financial issues on TV, and maybe somebody will start a GoFundMe for your broke ass. I don't know. It's some good Samaritans out here. Dia John says Marceau using the Peter Thomas playbook, child. Peter out here opening restaurants and not paying people, allegedly. His daughter's products. B List says, I wouldn't give any money. Also, look at the expense for her setup, props, balloons, etc., with no mention of space dimensions ahead of the event. Poor planning, in my opinion, definitely, for sure. But y'all, that's it. That's all I got. I'm going to go ahead and hop off of here. It is a good old 12:06 a.m. where I am, okay? But thank y'all for watching. Please, please, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with anybody else that's watching this show too. And I will see you in the next video. Peace out.